Finally, I share my entire Louis Vuitton Monogram collection. Hi and very welcome! My name is Mary, this is my channel Lumi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income, trying to be more mindful with my money. And over the years I collected quite a collection of Louis Vuitton monogram canvas pieces, mainly bags, some SLGs, and I procrastinated on filming that video for quite a while because I always felt like it will be a lot of work and I was worried that my collection might still be growing, and then I filmed it and might be new pieces in the collection that are then not in the collection video and all that stuff. But then I decided, well, I haven't purchased anything monogram canvas in a while now. Currently there are no pieces on my wish list and there's not really missing anything, so I thought I'll finally do the video and put it out, and in case I actually keep buying things, well, then I can do an updated version of that video one day. But there are no plans to purchase any more monogram. I have to admit here that it's not even as much as I did expect. Well, not saying it's not a lot, it is a lot, especially since all these pieces, they have the same pattern and the same material, so they basically go with the same outfits. But you know how it is. Louis Vuitton was my very first luxury love, and yeah, the monogram is so iconic for the brand. Once you get into it, it can become a little bit addicting. That's how all of this accumulated over the years, and I made a little plan. We are going to go from my newest purchase to the oldest. Well, that's not exactly correct. We are going to go by the production date, because especially with my very early purchases, I do not exactly remember what I purchased when. So before filming this video, I checked all the date codes, made a little list, and I'm going to show you the pieces with the newest date code first, because they probably have already been featured on my channel in one way or another, maybe even an unboxing video. So you already know these pieces a little bit better, and the older ones with the very old production codes, they might be a surprise for you, so we keep them to the end as a grand finale and surprise. I hope I didn't get that intro too very long. You will see when we go along what I have thought, and I will tell you a little bit about each piece, I guess. We start in the year 2021, which was a year when I definitely already did do YouTube, and I'm quite surprised that this was my last monogram purchase. And it was a triple purchase. The toiletry pouch in the size 26, 19 and 16. I think never before I ordered 3 pieces at once. Of course, I got tricked into panic buying because there were the rumors these pieces would be discontinued. I just freshly started my YouTube channel and I felt this is such an exciting topic. If I want to get one, I should get it now, and I wasn't able to decide which size I should get, and back then I even did still have an SA, and she managed to get all 3 of them for me, and then I ended up buying them. I think in the end it was not as hot as it was cooked. They were still available for quite a while, especially in stores if you asked for them and were lucky. By now they are not available anymore the way they used to be. There are versions with chains and updated versions, and I think I covered it in some videos. I'm going to link some videos for you where I feel like it's a good topic, but I don't think I can link videos about all of my monogram pieces that I did talk about in and on my channel, because it's probably a lot. Did I need them? If I'm completely honest, no. I sometimes use one or another for traveling. I especially enjoy doing so with the biggest size of them, because you can use it as a clutch as well. Already Princess Diana did so. If it's good enough for her, it's definitely good enough for me as well. Out of the 3, the biggest one is my favorite, and I do not really use the other 2 of them, but it doesn't hurt to have them, and I'm not planning on selling them. So I have the triplet of them, and that was the last monogram purchase I made in 2021. Not sure if I want to put the pieces behind me again or somewhere else. Let's do it that way. Then we have a quite recent purchase, but I think that one was before I started my channel. But I have a very popular video on that piece, which is the pochette clay, which so many people hype that piece up and celebrate it and say it's such a great SLG and you have to have it. When I first got it, I was very disappointed. I talked about that in a video which I highly recommend watching. I think I might have even worn the same dress in that video. I think this is a very tiny piece of canvas sewed together. There's not a lot of craftsmanship that went into that piece, but I grew into loving the pochette clé. I think it is a great staple to have in your luxury collection. I do own it in several canvases. Of course, I had to have the Monogram as well. I think Monogram might have even been the first one that I did purchase. And then I tried to stock up on all the other prints because I decided I want to have them all. Even though it's not as great of a piece as everyone makes you think, and the price they are at now, not sure if it's still worth it. Now we make quite a big jump to 2014. A big jump and a big bag. This is my Speedy 40 with a shoulder strap. I hardly use that bag as a handbag. I rather use it as a weekender when I'm traveling, hand luggage that is not too big. If I need a big handbag whilst traveling, then I grab this one. It is a bag that I myself bought pre-loved, and this might be my only Louis Vuitton Monogram piece that has slight cracks. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but it was a good price, and that's why I was willing to live with the cracks, because now it is a bag that I can use very carefree. I'm not worried using it, I'm not babying it, because it already shows some signs of wear, and this is a workhorse bag for me. The handles had been exchanged by the previous owner. I even do have the invoice of the repair back then. Unfortunately, I didn't check up front before filming this video how much the handle repair was. Just these two pieces have been replaced. Probably they were very beaten up. And I enjoy a lot about this bag that it comes with this wide shoulder strap, because it's a very nice vachetta leather Louis Vuitton strap that I can pair with different bags. Monogram, damier, azur. It's great to have an authentic Louis Vuitton strap in your collection. That's the bag. From the year 2013 we have a limited edition mini pochette from the Trunks and Locks edition, which the back side is plain canvas. The front has a print with this beautiful traditional Louis Vuitton lock, and I especially love about this piece that it has this striped leather tag and zipper pull, which makes this a very special piece. Glad to have it in my collection. Actually, I realize right now that I forgot to list my plain mini pochette on my list with the date codes that I checked. So what's this? This is a 2021 piece as well. So I should have showed you that one way earlier with one of the latest purchases. Maybe I even purchased this after the toiletries. Possible. Well, might have mixed that up now. So a 2021 piece and a 2013 piece. I do have several more mini pochettes, but these two are the only ones in Monogram in my collection. Currently, I have to say here, because I absolutely love mini pochettes, but here it is another price question as well. I don't really think they are worth the price points that they do cost now, brand new retail, therefore not on the pre-loved market as well, because they sometimes even get marked up even more, and since I already have quite a decent collection of mini pochettes, probably I won't add any more anytime soon. But for all of these pieces, I have to say it out loud, it's a never say never. If I stumble upon a great deal, especially at the flea market locally, where I can touch the item and check it out live in person, and if it's a great price, I never would resist and I never would say no. There still might be additions to the collection, but nothing planned, and I don't see it happening brand new from the boutique or the online store anytime soon. In the year 2012 was manufactured probably the bag from all of the bags here and all of the pieces here that I do use the most in my Monogram canvas is the classic Neverful MM. I don't think I have to say a lot more about this bag. It's just a classic. If you ever fall in love with the Neverfuls, you will never fall out of love with them again. This is a bag as well where I do own several canvases. Well, the trifecta, let's put it out that way. Unfortunately, I don't have any limited edition Neverfuls, but I had to have Monogram in my collection as well, so that's that. Next up, from 2011, we have two 2011 pieces. We start with an SLG. This is a wallet called Tresor, and I did buy it pre-loved. Oh, I didn't close the zipper properly. I did buy it pre-loved years back, maybe in 2012 already, in a second-hand vintage boutique. I don't remember exactly what I paid, maybe 250 back then, but don't quote me on that. It was back in the days when there was still a Louis Vuitton boutique in Nuremberg, which is close to where I live, unfortunately. That boutique closed down, which, well, probably was good for my wallet, but not so good for my Louis Vuitton relationship with essays and the boutique, because that was half an hour of a car drive for me, and I was able to step into the boutique every now and then, and I cannot do that anymore because now the next Louis Vuitton store is in Munich for me. So even though I did buy that bag secondhand, I had a kind of relationship with some essays, and I was able to bring it into the store and let them check it out. I know they officially are not allowed to authenticate items, but it was not an official authentication, but they took a look and said, yeah, I think it looks good, and what did you pay? And oh yeah, that was a good deal. Very kind and open communication relationship back then. I'm not that happy with the way this wallet held up. The canvas is a little bit, I don't know how to describe it in English. It's getting wavy, not really wavy, but the edges are curling up. That's a thing that does happen to some pieces. I think the Pochette Felicie in canvas is drawn to do that as well, and the Therefor wallet is doing it as well. And there are some seams getting loose, thread. I think I'm going to put a close-up for you. And I always wanted to bring that wallet to repair before I use it again, so that the thread does not get even more loose. But as I already mentioned it right now, there is no boutique that close by to me anymore, and whenever I went to Munich, I forgot to bring that piece with me, so I never got it fixed and didn't use it since then. Probably I should finally arrange that repair, get it fixed, so that I can use that wallet again. But not even sure if this is the style of wallet I would enjoy nowadays anymore, but a very early purchase in my Louis Vuitton history, when I maybe had 2 or 3 bags in my collection and I felt like, oh, now I need a matching wallet. Back then, I was not very keen on purchasing SLGs at all, especially not brand new at the boutique, because I felt like, wow, they are so expensive for what they are. These small pieces have such high price tags. Better spend a little bit more and get an entire bag. Well, how times have changed. Now the small pieces are still a lot of money, but the bags are even more. And I think it's interesting that my more recent Monogram purchases all have been SLGs from the boutique. Not sure if it is because the bags got so expensive or because I already got all the bags that I need. Well, talking about bags, a very, very, very special one in my collection. Maybe even the most special one, the bag that started it all, the whole handbag craze. My very first luxury bag, of course, a Speedy. It's the 35 size, bought in the Nuremberg boutique as well. I felt like $1,000,000 when I bought it. Growing up, I never did see myself owning any Louis Vuitton bag at all. And now, look at me! I have nearly 20 pieces alone in Monogram canvas and even some more bags in leather from Louis Vuitton. So yeah, never stop dreaming, I guess. I think I paid 520 back in 2011. It was when I went to college, when I started my first part-time job as a waitress, and I spent my entire salary on that bag and a little bit of my tips, and it felt like such an accomplishment, and maybe no other bag ever gave me that feeling again. I think for many of us, the very first luxury designer bag we get ourselves will always have a very special place in our hearts. That's a thing I would recommend to everyone, even if you don't wear that bag that often anymore, if you don't grab it that often anymore. I would never get rid of my very first luxury bag, especially if you are a handbag person and they do have sentimental meaning to you. It will always have a special place for me in my heart, so yeah. Speedy 35, and when I light it, there might be some wrinkles that don't look that nice on camera, but it's in very good condition, because I did wear it a lot when I got it new, so 2011, 2012, but quite quickly there were other bags I was wearing more. We make a little jump to the year 2008. Oh, and this is definitely the biggest piece that I have here to show you. It is my vintage Keepall. It is not in the very best condition. I'm not entirely sure what size it is. Here is missing a grommet. The edges are very rubbed open. I always did consider to bring it back to Louis Vuitton for a repair, but then never ended up doing so, and they might not even accept it anymore because someone already did some poor repairs to that bag. Probably they wouldn't accept it anymore. This is another bag, or I'm not sure, is it another bag or is it the first bag I show you in this video that I did find at the flea market for maybe 30 euro? Yeah, you heard that right, 30 euro. And it's such a funny story because the sellers, they were, how can I describe that in English? They had a lot of stuff from different people they were selling because they were helping maybe when people passed away or had to get rid of stuff. I have to put the word on screen because I really can't think of it right now. So Haushaltsauflösungen, and they got their stuff from somewhere, helping people cleaning up their houses, and then they could keep the stuff and sell it on. And they were joking that, oh, this is not a real bag. If this was a real bag, we would ask for 100. Even 100 would be a very good price for a Louis Vuitton Keepall bag. So when I looked at it, I immediately had a feeling that it looks authentic to me. Just because these people who got the bag from who knows who, and they were not that much into luxury, I could tell, just because they think it's not authentic, does not necessarily say it's not authentic. So I did buy it, and it was in a time when the Nuremberg boutique was still open and I had a little relationship. So yet again, I took that bag to the boutique and asked for their opinion, and they were like, yeah, this is definitely an authentic bag, not in the very best condition anymore, but authentic. So I don't have any doubts about that. I paid around 30 euro, and the only con, well, is the condition and that it never came with a shoulder strap. I always plan on getting one because the one from my Speedy 40 is a tad too short and too thin for this big of a bag, but never stumbled upon the right shoulder strap in the right matching color. Maybe I should even check out Dress Up Your Purse or something and just get a strap so that it is more easy to use. Absolute pro about this beaten up vintage Keepall is that I'm not worried about it at all. There's not a lot I can make worse about it. I probably should at least bring it to a cobbler someday and get some details fixed before it completely gets ruined, but that's another thing I have been putting off for forever. We're in the year 2007. Where is she? I bought her way later. I did cover that bag, the pochette accessoire, in the old version, in a very recent video as well, because they redid that bag with a chain now. And already in that video I told you that I bought this bag from a German fashion blogger, which makes it kinda special to me. I did buy it definitely after 2012. It was somewhat later in my Louis Vuitton journey, so the person that sold it already had it for a few years, and I did only pay 150 euro back when I bought it, and it was in excellent condition when I did get it. I did use it quite a lot as a bag. I did pair it up with my pochette Eva strap every once in a while, or with my pochette Felicie chain so that I can wear it crossbody on a longer chain as well. I still think this is a great bag, especially for the price I did pay. I'm very happy to have it, and this is one I would never get rid of either as well. The next piece, we cannot really count that one. It's the Agenda PM. This is an item that gave me a lot of headache and bad times, because unfortunately this is the first time I got tricked and I was sold an inauthentic item, and I went through all the steps and got the person in front of court, and she got her punishment. It is a very early video of mine, but it's a good story. I sometimes think about redoing that video and telling the story now that I'm a little bit better with YouTube, because it is a great story, and in the end I got my money back and I was able to keep that piece, but I don't really like it because, well, it's not authentic, but I thought I'd quickly show it to you as well. And the date code that does not even make sense would suggest that it's from 2005, but the year is the only part of the date code that makes any sense at all. The rest of the date code is, well, I should have known. I should have known better, but I didn't back then. A little cutie from the year 2001. I was mixing English and German. 2001. This is a very cute little, nearly wallet-sized SLG that has little hoops on the back, because it comes with a belt, and it is the Florentine Poet belt bag that has a beautiful Alcantara suede lining. I bought that bag many years ago before there started to be a belt bag hype on a German preloved platform that is called Rebel. And because it was before belt bags were a thing, I was able to score it for an incredible price of 150 euro yet again. The belt is quite small. I only can wear it on my waist. It's not big enough to wear it on my hips, but I think it's fine on the waist. And 150 euro for getting a bag and a belt, and you could wear these pieces separately because the belt has a nice Louis Vuitton engraving as well and golden buttons. It's a great piece that I sometimes forget that I own, and I have not worn it that much, but for the price I paid, I don't mind having it sitting in a bag on a shelf. And I should use it more often because it's really cute and practical. And the belt says it's a size extra small, so I guess it's intended to be worn on the hips, and my hips don't work for extra small, but my waist works like extra small hips. The next bag I'm going to show you is a very, very special bag as well, but there's a story to it as well. It is a vintage Eclipse from the year 1998. And unfortunately, this bag is not in my collection anymore. A part of me does regret it. I sold it on to my mom because I felt like I already have so many Louis Vuitton Monogram bags. I don't need another one. And I sold it to her before Louis Vuitton brought that bag back, and it felt a little bit old-fashioned to me, and she absolutely loves the bag and she wears it a lot, and that makes me quite happy as well because always when I see her with that bag, I have a smile on my face. So yeah. She deserves it and she wears it a lot, she loves it, it looks great on her. But it is a very special bag that made a comeback, so I would not have been mad to still have it in my collection. The vachetta leather has such a nice honey collar on that bag. The canvas is such high quality canvas. You can really see and feel a difference from that canvas to newer pieces of canvas. Now that I see that bag in the little viewfinder, it is a great bag. Maybe I should borrow it every once in a while. Actually, when that bag made a comeback, I did consider to film a review, because before I sold it to my mom, I did use it a few times. Maybe if you're still interested in that, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can still do it and borrow it once more, like I did for this video as well. Of course, she was happy to give it to me for a video so that I can show it to you. So she definitely would do it again if you would want to see a review and me sharing my thoughts on the real vintage Eclipse. Only 2 bags left. Wow. Wow, that was quicker than I would have expected. The next bag is my cheapest luxury bag ever. It is another flea market find. And I did an entire video on that bag already as well for the cheapest bag tag. It is the so-called double Rubit. I paid incredible 10 euro for the bag, the pochette with a canvas shoulder strap. The bag is not in the very best condition anymore because the interior is sticky. If you want to find out more about that bag, check out the entire video on it. Just let me put it that way, the strap alone is worth so much more than the 10 euro I paid on the bag, so a no-brainer to get it. Always wanted to get it repaired and the interior redone, never did so. Well, I see a pattern there. I see a pattern with me wanting to repair things and never get it done. We made it to the last bag, and I'm not entirely sure how many videos I have already recommended you in this video, because on that bag I did an entire video as well, because it is a very special bag for me as well. It is my vintage Neo Noe from the year 1990, which is my birth year. This is a birth year bag that I bought from a friend of my mom for, don't let me lie, I think it were 200 euro. It was an incredibly good price because she would even have been willing to gift it to me, but I wanted to pay something so that I don't feel bad. So it was more a symbolical price. I did some bad things to the bag, but it held up quite well for all the things I put that bag through. And once I got that bag, which was quite early in my Louis Vuitton collecting journey, was when I started wearing this one more often than the Speedy, because it's more easy to use with that strap than the top handle that gets quite heavy on the crook of your arm. So yeah, I don't want to get this too long because I already told you the entire story about that bag in its own video, which I'm going to link for you. This is my entire Louis Vuitton Monogram canvas collection. I did not count, but I think it's nearly 20 pieces. Which was your favorite? Which was your least favorite? And how many Louis Vuitton canvas pieces do you own? Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! If it's good enough for her, it's definitely and there might be new pieces. This bag